Hello YouTubers, and today what we want to look at is the Wyze video doorbell. And I'm just, let me move back here for a second. I'm just going to say for a minute to Wyze, this is not acceptable for an instruction sheet. This is less than acceptable, and calling your tech support gets you nowhere. I talked to this guy on tech support. It was like he didn't even realize that the invent of electricity had happened yet. So I'm going to put together a little video here. One thing that Wyze says is all you need is a screwdriver. Well, I certainly needed more than a screwdriver because these holes where the doorbell goes weren't in the right spot. So I had to relocate the holes there. And while Wyze did give me did send the anchors, I can't relocate those holes with a Phillips screwdriver. So you're probably going to need a bit for your drill, and what I used was a 3/16, and I just kind of reamed it around just a little bit to make it so it was very, very tight, so that those would fit very well. These pigtails that Wyze gives you, you're going to need those because the screws up underneath that doorbell are so short, you're probably not going to get these wires in. So best to use these. I'll let you attach them any way you want. It's your house. You know best. One thing I will say, if you've got a very old house like this one, if I were you, I would make sure that I remove some of the oxidation off of the conductors, off of the copper first, to make sure that you get a good connection. So any way you want to connect them is fine. Do your thing. But some of the shortcomings that Wyze had with their instructions, not good. They make great products, don't get me wrong, but this is terrible. It is terrible. Doesn't answer any of your questions. I called to ask the guy at tech support, what's the optimum voltage for the Wyze doorbell? Well, it took him 10 minutes to look it up, and then he says, well, anywhere between 16 and 24 volts. So I'm going to use 20 volts straight off the transformer, and we'll go from there. One of the other things that I try to understand is the instruction guide tells you to just disconnect your old doorbell, put this fuse in line, and go. Well, the old doorbell's no longer usable. It's no longer part of your system. It's just something hanging on the wall. So why keep it there? But the way the tech support explained it to me was, well, you need some kind of an adapter and this and that. And I finally realized that what he was talking about was the transformer that's already built into the house. That's what he's calling an adapter. So we'll go into that in just a second. But I just wanted to get to this part and let you know that there are a few quirks here that you're going to need to look out for. Okay, I got the wedge on there, and the wires are. We'll see it in a second when we go back up to look at the transformer, but it is on the transformer. And the transformer's on, and let's look at the voltage here. Oh boy, you're not going to be able to see that because of the glare, probably. I don't know what I'll do about that, but it's 18.95 volts, so basically about 19 volts. And I think I have it set to the 20 volt setting on the transformer, so basically we've got a little over a volt loss in the wiring, and we're talking about 35 feet of wiring from the transformer to here. So to lose one volt, a little over 1 volt, that's to be expected, especially with these little wires. They're probably I don't know, 22 gauge or 20 gauge. So that's fine, and that's plenty. This thing needs between 16 and 24 volts. So if I get any weirdness, I'll just bump it up to 24 volts, and we'll go from there. So we'll go up to the transformer, and we'll look. This thing's going to go straight to the transformer. There's no this, that, or the other thing. So we'll look at that. Okay, the wires are now hooked up, and the doorbell's just kind of hanging from the wires. And as you can see, it is on, and it's getting power, so obviously the 19 volts is fine. But one thing I wanted to show you is that with the wedge, you have lots of room here to tuck your wires away. And even if you didn't have the wedge, you could cut these down just a little bit and you can still push them back into that hole and it would be fine. So it doesn't matter which way you hook them up, left, which side goes on the left, which side goes on the right. But one thing I do want to mention is that this now, this is the old doorbell from inside the house, the old chimes. It does nothing for you, so that's where it goes because it's useless. It doesn't do anything anymore because you've disconnected it, and it does not work with the, well, I don't think it was designed to work with the Wyze, but I'm 100% sure that somebody will come out with a way to make it work with the Wyze if you want to. The Wyze comes with its own chime, so using that doorbell as opposed to their chime, I don't know which one's going to be better. I haven't tried the chime yet, but I just wanted to show you this and let you know that doorbell does nothing for you anymore. Your old chimes are just garbage. So we will go up to the transformer and take a look. Okay, YouTubers, there it is. I said we're going to bring you up to the transformer, and there's the transformer right there in the attic, right near the opening. It's just these two wires. These are the same two wires that go to the doorbell. Those are the doorbell wires right there that were coming out of the doorbell. Nothing to it. There's the two wires that come out of the doorbell. They're hooked to that transformer and nothing else. The only thing I've done, this transformer actually used to be down here. We're in a closet, by the way. I'm sorry. We're in a closet where we keep our brooms and our vacuum cleaners and all that kind of stuff. And because this is here, well, I need an outlet here to charge my cordless vacuum. So that's what that's going to be in a few minutes. But we don't get off the subject. The doorbell, that's it. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing magical to this. Two wires go to the doorbell transformer, and that's it. You just got to make sure your transformer is between 16 and 24 volts, and you're done. So one thing I will say, Wyze, please do a better job of documentation. Please don't make it so difficult for people to find out what to do and how to do it and all that kind of stuff. Putting that one little piece of paper in there just didn't make sense. So good products, not so good at documentation, and really poor technical support. Called up and the guy told me to buy an adapter. This is what he was talking about, this transformer here. Well, all houses come with those already in there. You don't have to go buy an adapter, or at least know the proper terminology for it. So, all right, YouTubers, see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, YouTube, I know I said I was done with the video, but I want to show you what I think is the best part of this doorbell cam. I mean, Wyze puts out some quality products. So watch this. I didn't even expect this. Yeah, from 20 feet away, it lights up and lets you know you're on candid camera. That has got to be the coolest part of that doorbell. Unbelievable. Plus, you can change the sounds on all the chimes. So anyway, that was it. Wrapped it up. Guys, go and do it. It's an easy project.